Good morning, or good afternoon, good day, wherever you guys are. Just hopping on to do a quick power of 3 share. Just pull my stuff this way. Hope you all had an awesome weekend, a nice Father's Day weekend. It was a mixture of weather here, sunny, cloudy. It's been kind of a slow start to summer here. We have like a really good day, and then we got a really rainy day. Then we got a really good day, and then we got a really good rainy day. But every day is good. It's all our perception, guys, and it's about taking the opportunity, taking advantage of every opportunity to present itself to us. So we will start with the cross breath. This is the perfect visual of the cross breath. You are the sun, and the sun is you. And what it is, a cross breath, when we inhale through our nose, we're breathing in the highest frequencies of who we are, our God self. It's bringing focus and awareness to our God self, the sun, the light within us, our home, where we came from, our direct line of communication to God. That is who we are, guys, and that's all that we contain. So when we breathe it in, what you bring focused awareness to grows. So we're simply bringing awareness to our God self, the light within, and then what we're doing is we're bringing our higher frequencies, our God self, into the physical vessel. We have come here to experience, to have an experiential experience through our senses, through the physical vessel, because we can't experience all that if we're just spirit. So it is a great honor and a great blessing to be here and to be here on earth and get to taste and feel and see and all the senses and everything that we go through. So when we're breathing in and we're connecting to that God source energy, we are anchoring it to Mother Earth, to our Mother Earth experience, our physical body. And when we hold it, it's culminating, it's expanding, it's moving energy. It's releasing that which we are, and it's also releasing that which no longer serves us. So we breathe in, we hold it, and then we exhale, and it comes out. Throughout our entire being, we're emitting our divine frequency imprint on earth to experience the reason we came. We came as a spirit to have certain experiences laid out before us, to expand, to grow, to gain knowledge, awareness, consciousness. It's a never, ever ending journey, and it's a never ending experience. So it is sunny today. So flip over here, see if I can capture the sun. And think of the sun, guys, as it's behind the tree as always. I like to do my videos up here on the porch. So we will breathe in, and when we breathe in, it quiets the mind, it opens us up to receive, to give and receive, to create that eternal loop, that infinity symbol. So let's breathe in, and we hold it. It's culminating, the light is expanding, it's loosening, it's moving, energies within us, cleansing, re-energizing. And then when we exhale, try to breathe out that very last breath. It's like we're exhaling that very last bit of density, preventing us from expressing all that we are. Good morning, Jolene. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all your comments this morning I was responding to. All right, we'll do one more breath in, guys, and I won't talk this time. We'll just breathe in. And exhale. All right, guys, that's awesome. Beautiful day. And it's not that the sun is you and you are the sun. The sun is a reflection of that very light, that very illumination that you've come to experience, that you are always, eternally, but you've come forth to bring forth your divine frequency, your individuality into the physical being in order to have those experiences. I love being a physical human. I love being on earth. I love to feel, taste, touch, express in the physical realm. That's what it's about, guys. Even those challenges, they're really just opportunities to continue our expansion. All right, guys. So I'm just going to ask our collective selves, like always, to point us to a paragraph that most resonates, that they want me to expand upon, that they want you to hear. What does Spirit want us to hear? All right. All right. And these are all just building blocks and foundations and concepts for us to continue to expand upon. This book, all these paragraphs, they're just little building blocks. They're just little pillars to create a foundation in order us to further our expansion, to further our conscious awareness in this realm. But this realm connects to all other realms of us, you guys. When we're connected in the cross breath, we're connected to all that we are and ever have been. It connects us to all our aspects of us, all multi-dimensions, everything that we're experiencing, because in reality, there is no time. So when you center and you come to the center of who you are, you enter all that you are. So that's why the cross breath and bringing focused awareness to that is so important. But all right, so the paragraph that we were guided to today is, it says, before I met my husband, Bob, I was awoken in the middle of the night to the smell of roses and a voice that said, you will be married and you will have a son. This voice I knew to be Mother Mary. I knew this because in the past, whenever I smelt roses, Mother Mary had spoken to me. I was happy at the prospect of having another son because my experience with girls have been somewhat challenging in the past. I assumed our baby would be a boy. However, I went out running one day and saw a pink balloon that said, it's a girl on it. Other little signs also started to make me suspicious that I heard Mother Mary correctly, or that maybe the message was not to be taken literally. On Halloween, we had an ultrasound that gave us the news. We were having a girl. I'm just going to continue just to finish this. We named our daughter Drisana, which means daughter of the sun. It's funny how life works and what a healing experience it can be. Having our beautiful baby girl, who's now 13, guys, has been an amazing experience and has changed my life in so many ways for the better. I wouldn't even think about how life would be different if I did not trust to share such a beautiful experience with my husband. After having our baby girl, we were enthusiastic at the prospect of possibly having another baby. After all, my God is an abundant God. Maybe I would still be blessed with a baby boy as I was still hanging on to that message. Something didn't feel complete about it, so I was still holding on to it. Something in me didn't fully believe that Drisana was my only son, even though she was definitely my son. My next sign was men's cologne. I kept smelling men's cologne every time my husband and I drove somewhere in our truck. He smelled it too, just not as strong as I did. At the time, my 14-year-old son, Caleb, was going through a stage where he would wear a lot of cologne. And no, he wasn't with us when I smelled the cologne. I finally related the cologne smell to my son. It was a sign to me that we would indeed have another son. I also received a message on a license plate that said Roy Boy. It was a vehicle the same as I drove, an Avalanche, the vehicle I smelled the cologne in, and my maiden name is Roy. I was so excited. I called my husband immediately. Of course, he thought I was a little nuts. After some months went by, I still wasn't pregnant again. I started to doubt that I believed and thought that my cologne signs were telling me that my older son Caleb was to be my only one. It was not that I desperately wanted a son, but that I wanted that message to be real. I wanted to know if I misunderstood it or understood it, figuratively speaking. I actually went into a couple paragraphs there. Yeah, it was very magical. And I guess the point of these paragraphs is, I know it might seem like not really important, but the message is about the signs and how we reflect. It's not even that those signs were an external thing telling me what I was to receive. Those signs that we see in the outside world, guys, are simply a reflection of the energy that we are experiencing. Something within our heart that brings acknowledgement by the outer sign. It works simultaneously. So my first message from Mother Mary saying I would be married and have a son, I'm not saying that Mother Mary didn't say it. She did, but she was working simultaneously with her heart's desire. Outside signs, outside direction, outside guidance, when you feel that connection like I did, like I didn't want to let go that I wasn't going to have another son, as in the S-O-N, not just the S-U-N son. I was hanging on to that because something in my heart knew I wanted that experience. I wanted to fulfill that direction or that path that I have chosen at a deeper level. So the outsides aren't separate from you, I guess is what I'm saying. You are one. I love you too, Jolene. You are one with those messages. They're not separate. They're guidance reflecting something within you. And even when it gives us an opportunity too, when we get those messages, how does that resonate? How does that feel? Because if Drasana, my daughter of the sun, literally, she's a bright light. Her middle name, I picked Alice, which means the light. I had a client at that time, I used to cut hair, and I was pregnant with Drasana, and the client said, I had a vision. You're going to have a daughter, and she's as bright as the sun. And I didn't have my ultrasound then yet, and I really did want a boy, just because girls were challenging. Every baby's a blessing, guys, don't get me wrong, but from the human perspective, girls were extremely challenging for me, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And again, just a reflection of my own challenges within, I'm sure. But the point I'm making is, it's getting really bright. I'm just going to turn this around here, guys. The point that I'm making is that we are not separate. Nothing on the outside is separate from who we are. It is a energetic reflection, mirror, hologram, projection of the energy that we are. And it's really, really, really beautiful. And I didn't want to let go of that sign saying that I would have a son, because spirit too, guys, it's funny because my spirit has, and all our spirits, I'm sure you're going to find, have a sense of humor. God, ourself, has a sense of humor and works in a sense of humor. And it's always never literal. Like when I get messages and guidance, because I'm a visual type of person and I interpret symbols, it's never visual. It stands for something for me to interpret. And it keeps the fun in the game. Would you really want to know everything and all your answers? No, it keeps life fun. It keeps it interesting, because after all, life is a game that we're playing for the fun and for the experience. And you will find that, like, you'll think something's going to happen, but it doesn't happen in the way you thought, but the outcome is still the same. It is magical, and life is it is so beautiful when you're just open to that and don't have those expectations set. And God is abundant, never ever ends. Like I said, I didn't get just one son out of that message. I got my daughter of the sun, Drasana, and then I got my little angel son, Mythos. So never put expectations or limitations on those signs, because you're an eternal God. This is you guys. You are eternal. This well within you never, ever, ever ends. So even if you think there's one little thing on your path you want to fulfill, one little purpose, one little destiny, one little guide, one little sign, don't end it at that. It's eternal. Just like that sun, it's eternal. Like that in there looks like a portal that never ends, and that's within you. Because you know why? It doesn't ever end. You're an eternal portal of love and light. And everything on the outside, those signs are just extensions of yourself, speaking to yourself through whatever way or avenue that you connect to, whether it be a guide, whether it be a master, whether it be Jesus or Mary or Buddha or your galactic connections. They're going to speak to you in the way that you understand, and we're all individual, and we all have that special communication with spirit. And it's so beautiful, because those ways that we connect to our spirit, which is really our God self and aspects of ourselves, it's individual to us. So life is such an individual experience for all of us, but yet it is truly all based on the love and the light that we are. And I love this visual. I'll always go back to this visual because it's so illuminating. It's so captivating. And it just shows, look, we have that direct line to God. And it's not outside of us like this visual. This just represents the higher frequencies. And this just represents, this is who we are. And even this image, it spreads out like an angel. You guys, we are all beings of light. We are all angels of light coming to just have that experience. So today's paragraph message was just about knowing those signs are reflections of the energy of you, and they're there to guide you, because you know what? You are connected to all, and all guidance really is guidance from your God self. All right, let's see what we got here. Good morning, Becky. Just what I needed this morning. Thank you for sharing. Meeting you has brought me more light into my life. Thank you, Becky. I miss you. Becky is a beautiful, beautiful soul sister where I used to live, and I used to cut hair, and her son Hayes. They're just so beautiful. So I'm just going to pull a Gaia's guidance. All of these little messages are and that's the way I relate, because I connect to Mother Earth. So Gaia speaks to me, and I get all these signs and all these messages when I'm in that realm of physical movement, because that is my imprint. That's what I enjoy. So your spirit communication is boundless. It's limitless. It's like everywhere, anywhere, anytime, any place, because you are boundless. You are everywhere, anytime, any place. So and if you are tuning into this little share, it's because you resonate. You are reflecting this energy back. Like Becky said, it's what she needed to hear. It is just an aspect of her, a message from her to her being reflected back to her. And it's so amazing, because sometimes we're clouded and we get caught up in other things and we get focused on other things, but we always have that spirit communicating to us. With or without you, one of my favorite songs of all time, of U2. And that song always resonates because it says, with or without you. Your spirit is there with or without your focused intention, no matter what. Your God self, your higher self, your God, however you want to define it, is always there. Always, always, whether you give it attention or not. But when you give it attention, then you can put the energy forth, that communication, forth that relationship. You are the relationship, you are God, but this makes it in your awareness, so then you can create more consciously. So it's always there, with or without you. All right. We will see. Again, I ask for our collective selves to come together to point to a message, a heart that most resonates with our hearts, what we need to hear to uplift us. And everything is always to illuminate and uplift. It's never to condemn, never to judge, never to tell you you're doing anything wrong. Because you know what, guys? We are never doing anything wrong. If we feel like we're doing something wrong, it's judgment against ourselves. And it's actually that kind of judgment that prevents us from going forth in our experience, because everything is just an experience. This is the one I got today. It's a cute little heart that is like projected. Oh my God, it goes with my message. This heart is projecting out. It's part of it's the same material. I believe it's a driftwood. It's of the same material, this piece of driftwood, guys, on the beach. And look how it's projecting out. I got goosebumps. It totally resonates with everything I just said. We're always projecting who we are out and giving and taking, communicating those messages. That is so stinking beautiful. I'm really amazed by that. And it's not separate. I don't even know how things like this happen. And there's a tiny little burnt spot on this heart. So it shows that maybe it was a piece of a bonfire, or, a little burn pit. Someone was having a little fire on the beach. It's surrounded by seaweed. It's dry. It's on the ocean. It's a dry environment. It's sprinkled by a little bit of sand. But what's this telling me is you might have felt burnt. When you feel your heart is burnt, when you feel you've been scorched a little bit, meaning just hurt, let down, now is the time of healing all that, guys. And that burn and that scorching, it's based on expectations. We wanted something to end a certain way. We wanted to receive whatever we wanted in a specific way. So this card is calling us to let go. As we let go of our limitations, expectations, and just fully immerse and live for the joy of it, connecting to our heart, We can heal of these little experiences. It's just a little burn mark there, guys. And those burn marks, too, are also to create greater expansion, growth, to help us to tune into something that we needed focus on. Something we needed to release or to transmute or to transcend within our own thinking, within our own energy field. An example could be a relationship. Maybe you wanted a relationship to turn out a certain way. You had certain expectations. You thought the relationship should go this way. He should act that way. You should act this way. All that kind of stuff. Those are all limitations, living in a box. And if you live in a box, you can't really get the full experience. And if you have expectations, you're blocking kind of a portal that your God self or universe can work to bring you something even greater and more expansive than what you thought. So this is just saying let go of expectations. All suffering, all pain is based on more pain expectation. And it's not that it is wrong. We are here for that experience in order to expand from it. So all suffering, all pain, all of that too is an experience we really wanted to feel in this realm. But we came to transmute it, transcend it to higher frequencies and higher vibration. And how do we do that? Through letting go and acceptance. All right, the actual message, guys, is, let me see what the actual little message, Gaia's message is. I guess I can read this bright enough. It's called Becoming You. The more you discover yourself, with a capital S, your true nature, which is God's self, your true identity, which is just this within you guys, the more the world becomes you, the more beauty you see, the more beauty you extract, the more connected you are to those tiny little simple moments in life. You realize that connection. You realize it's an extension of you. It connects to you. You reflect those connections of higher frequencies and vibrations and heart energy. As you connect to that, it shows in your outside world, just like this little heart. It's projecting forth. As you connect to your heart and your true identity and your true self and your true worth, it projects into your reality. And it says your physical world is a reflection of your beliefs, perceptions, and emotions. So the more you come into the realization that your true nature is only love, the more your reality becomes that. And I know it seems really silly, like, why would we come here if we're all love and we were all ecstatic and bliss and peace on the other side, why would we come for this experience? For that very experience. Because we are pure love, we came to experience and finding and extracting and transmuting and transcending anything that appears as other than love, only to find out it's all based in love anyways. It's like a game. Like I said, you don't have the actual experience just through a concept. You have to experience it. And you also expand your power and your worth and your knowingness as you see yourself like taking every little negative situation and blasting it with light and finding that higher perception, finding that bit of love that you can expand upon in it. And I did not match these messages, guys, to these images. I went online and through that program, I said, okay, God, universe, spirit, angels, I'm going to let you match them all. And this one could not be matched more perfectly to this image. You project, you create your outside world. And that is the common message of all my messages, all my writings, all these guidances, but that's the truth. We're here. It's just a reminder you're reflecting back of your power, of your godliness, of your ability to create and how to create with little different incidences, like from my book or whatever, from example, because we do experience that limited perception from a human's point of view. And this is just to expand upon it and open it, and maybe just a tiny little remembrance of, hey, you really do have that power. Hey, why don't you try looking at it this way? Like yesterday, my message of the garbage. I wasn't expecting that, to take people that throw garbage and to find the beauty in it and how to transmute it and transcend it in a positive way. It was cool. What program? I so need my own cards. Jolene, you would be amazing at creating your own cards. Oh, what program? I thought you said what a program. Okay, so where you hit the link to buy my cards on my site where it says makeplayingcards.com, that's where you make them. I made them there, and they have a little marketing place, so then anybody who's interested can buy them there. So I think it's called, makeyourownplayingcards.com. But anyways, I'll post the link underneath this little video, Jolene, and my cards will come up, but what you do is just go to the home or whatever, and you can create your own deck. And it's the same place, and it is really cool. It's a really creative project that has your essence oozing all over it. It is really, really cool to create something. And like you guys have probably heard me say this a million times, when Spirit stuck that little thought in my head, why don't you post your messages to your cards? I thought to myself, my human self said, how boring. Heart cards, hearts, what the heck am I gonna extract out of a little heart I see on the side of the road? Well, I extract so much, and every image says so much, and that is just that's just my divine frequency imprint. I resonate with images, and everything speaks to me symbolically. So it actually was the perfect match, and Spirit knows best. And go with it. You got nothing to lose. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Everybody who has joined, anybody who happens to watch the replay, and I like to end with the sun, because this is a perfect representation. We have the sun all the time, guys. What a beautiful reminder that we have this in our sky to remind us and to activate and act as a little reminder of the light that we are, guys. That is what we have pulsating within every bit of our being, mind, body, spirit, physically, multidimensionally. It is just that perfect physical representation on this plane that can represent us. And then, of course, all of Mother Earth, all the green, all the beauty, how it rejuvenates, the cycles, everything, the releasing, the growing, the abundance. It's all us. Mother Earth is such a perfect reality and dimension that totally reflects our true nature. What a gift. All right, guys, may you shine with all the light that you are. Thank you. I love you.